Okay, here we are at part 8 of the video. This is nearly the last video. I want to get through this and get it finished. We've come a long way, and if you're having problems, make sure you work back through the other videos to find out any issues. But we're going to go from here. Now, one of the things that when we look at this page, it's got the green background and the bigger text and the green drop-down menus and that sort of stuff. But when we go from this page to the next page, that doesn't continue. It kind of loses that style. So I'm going to work through one here on the screen. I'm just going to show you how we're going to fix that. We're going to use some CSS to fix that. And this is what we've been leading to as part of this as well, apart from just doing the databases. All right, so let's put in a new player. Let's put in Donald Trump. Yep, and of course female, and I don't know, let's put German. Date of birth 1900, the 5th of the 5th. That'll do. So watch how the background's green. We've got the black text and all that sort of stuff. And we hit submit, and we go back to this boring white and black page, you know. And then we hit review and update the data, and we go to here, and Trump's gone in, but it's white and black again. So we want to fix that. All right, we go to this 9. We'll make him play for other and hit submit. And it jumps back to here. So at the moment we've got no car information either. We've just kind of got a little bit of career information but no car information. So I want to address those two things in this video. So let's go to brackets. First thing we're going to do is we're going to look at the styling. We have player HTML, and we've put a little bit of style into here. Now I want to get rid of that. In fact, what I want to do is I want that style that we've got there, including this grass JPEG, I want that on every page. So I'm actually going to select that whole style section and go Command X. I'm going to cut it. I'm going to make a new file, new, and I'm going to paste it into here. And this is actually going to become our CSS style sheet. So I just get rid of the word style at the start, get rid of the word style down here, and I'm just going to leave it like this so that the 3 main sections that we're working on are form, body, and the select. I'm going to leave everything else as it is, and I'm going to say File, Save As. You need to make sure you save it into your htdocs. By default, it goes into this Getting Started section. Don't do that. Make sure you go back over to here, back to MAMP, into your htdocs, and we want to call it style.css. So this is the first time we've used this .css extension on the end. That's because this is the cascading style sheet, and we've got style.css. Hit save. Now you'll see the fonts all change color, and it's come up here and it's ready to go. Style.css. Now, so that style is then applied through all of these pages, we go to the HTML page, and we need to put in a line up here. Now, the line is starts with a bracket, a square, like a greater than sign, a link, because we're linking it to the style sheet. Okay, so it says link, rel, inverted commas, style sheet. Style sheet. Close it in inverted commas, and then the type is going to be it's going to be a CSS type. So we're going to put text / CSS, close inverted commas. Good, that's done. And we need a reference to where our file is, right? And so we're just going to put a href equals, and make sure that you type it exactly the same way that you name the file, style.css, and then you close the bracket, which is this there. Right, so now we've got that line, and we've put it into our first player's file, and we've saved the document. So that line now refers back to this CSS, and it'll still get all that information and put it into there. The difference now, though, is when we go to these other pages, so say we go to this B page, the congratulations button, all that sort of stuff, after the HTML, we paste that same line in. Oops, wrong one. Let's go to players. I want to copy that line, go to this B page here, this HTML, and paste that in. Now, this page will also have the same style sheets, and I don't have to retype all of the style. Save that. Let's go to the review update page. Same thing. Before our first heading, I'm going to put it in up there. And now it's going to have the same style. Command S. Go to our update. We don't need it on that page. Style. So that's where we're at. So this is how we should be okay with everything that we've got right here now. So I've saved all of those. Let's go back and check. Hit refresh on this. And you know, the style's still there. It hasn't changed. It hasn't gone, even though I've deleted it out of the file. Right, let's do another one. Let's do Mary Poppins. Right, Mary Poppins. She's a female. She's English. And she was born in 1800 and on the 6th of the 6th. All right, submit. Now when we go to the congratulations page, have a look. It's got the same thing. It's got the black writing, a little bit bigger. We've got the image in the background. So that style sheet has continued to this next page. Then when we go and review the data, it's continued to this page as well. So this is the beauty of the style sheets, is you only have to really set up that CSS file once, and then that consistency will continue throughout all of your websites just by putting that one line of linked code at the start. So that's the first thing I wanted to show you. Second thing I want to show you in this video is we've got our football player details, which have come in here, and then we've gone and we've got, you know, the player and select a club for the player and all that sort of stuff. That's fine. That's great, and there's no problem with that, and that all works. But once we do that, so let's say we select Mary Poppins, and we select no, she can play for Arsenal, and then we hit submit. We go back to the start for the players. We've entered no other data. We've entered no other information. And at this stage, you should know how to do all of that by yourself. You shouldn't need me to show you how to do all of that. But I do want to show you a couple of files. I want to show you a couple of files that I've done. So let's go to here very quickly. Now, the way that this website works at the moment is we start on players. Once you do the players page and you insert this information here, it goes to insert data PHP, which inserts it into the database, and then it sends you to the B page, which says congratulations. After you do the B page and you click this review and update, it takes you to the review and update page, which is the next one in our list. You go through and you get the table, that's the section here at the top, and then it goes down and asks you for the club as well. Okay, great. You do the club, it sends it to the update file, and then the update file updates the database, and here it sends you back to the top, back to the players at the top, okay? So I don't want it to do that. I want to add some more information in here. So I've gone ahead and created 2 extra files, and you should be able to do this by yourself now. Now what I've done is I've created one called Review Update 2 and Update 2. So they're not to replace these two, they actually come in next in the sequence, right? So I'm just going to open those 2 files, open from my HT docs, which I've already got here, Review Update 2, open. And I'm just going to place it in the order of where I want it so that I know my website is flowing from top down to bottom. I'm also going to go open and open my Update 2 file and go open, and I'm going to put that into there. Now, I've also, in this review update 2 file, I've already set up my style sheet, so it should continue with the same style sheet that the others have. Update 2, I've made it do a few extra updates here, and we've got the type, the make, the model of the car, and those sorts of things, and you'll see them on the review update 2 page. When we go to here, we're going to get a table telling us all the information that we just put in about which team they chose. It's going to have the league, it's going to have the position, it's going to have all of those extra things that we're going to add. And it's going to give us a table for that, and then it's going to ask us some new information down here. It's going to ask us what is the car type, what is the make, what is the model, what is the year of the production, what is the country of the production of the car manufacturer, and it's going to give us all this extra information. So we're going to have another whole set of data before we jump back to player 1. Also, the update 2 file. You can see here we've got a new insert. This time we're inserting into cars instead of inserting into the career or inserting into the players database. When we're inserting the type, the make, the model, same. This is all following the same format that we've been using in class, except I've just gone forward and gone a bit further. Okay, so let's have a look at this review update 2 page. So I can go to MAMP, click my website, all my pages are in here. If I go to my review update 2 page, it's going to give me my current players, the first names, the last names, the team they're in. We haven't put in the league and position questions yet, but you know how to do that. It's just a matter of making new questions. And it's come through and it's given us some car details here. So it wants us to add car details. So let's use Donald Trump, right? Player ID 9, he drives a I don't know, let's say he drives a Ferrari, and the make of the Ferrari could be a LaFerrari, and his model is an XK34. I'm making this up, right? And the year of production is, let's say it's 2017 Ferrari, and it's made in Italy. It's an Italian car. We hit submit, and we've got an error. So there's something wrong. There's something wrong in what I've put in here. Year. So I wanted to add into my database, I wanted to add a year for the car. So I haven't put it into my table here yet. So it's good. This is problem solving, right? So after seats, let's go add a line. And we're going to add a line. We're just going to call it year. And we're going to make it an integer. I'm going to make it a length of 4 because year's 4 lengths. Hit save. Now we should have in our cars database, we should have a year down here. You can see that. That's good. Now let's go back to here. Let's go back. And all the information's there. Let's submit. And it's gone in. So now we've got player number 9, Donald Trump, Ferrari, LaFerrari, the make of the Ferrari, the year of the Ferrari, and the nationality. Okay, so that's all working. It all looks pretty good. Now, there's a few things that we have to look at on this file to make this page work, right? There's a few things that you need to know. So let's go back to our brackets. And this is our update to page, which is where we set all this information and we put it into motion. And at the moment, from there, it's running to a file called review.php. So this review.php file is another file that I've made that I haven't put into this list yet. So I'll put that in and show you. Let's go File, Open. Review.php, open that. So, and that one goes in this order. So, like I said before, our website starts players, it goes to insert data, inserts the data. Then it goes to the B page, which says congratulations. Then you click the button, it takes you to the review and update data where you put in more data. It sends it with the update PHP file, then it sends you to the review update to page. From there, you send more information, and then we get to this final page, which is this review.php, which I've just made. Style sheets at the top, same as I've done for all the others. This one's got our football players' car details, so I've changed the heading. We've got a new table here. It says player ID, first name, last name, car brand, model, make, year, nationality. Now, the key to this is the same table structure that we used before, but the key is we've changed the request in SQL. Now, this one's pretty complicated, so you need to go through and have a good look at this, and I've put in a comment here to explain how it works. You are selecting from the players table the player ID, from the players table the first name, from the players table the last name, from the cars table the type of car, from the cars table the make of car, from the cars table the model, cars year, cars nationality. All of that comes from the table called players and the table called cars, where the player ID on players is the same as the player ID on cars. Now, if they're not the same, it wouldn't work, right? So they have to be the same, because it has to say the player ID of 9 in the players table represents Donald Trump, and the player ID of 9 in the cars table represents Ferrari model, this sort of stuff. So when we get back to our brackets, that last little bit where it says where player ID equals cars player ID, that is the most important line to make sure that the two foreign keys, or the two keys, are looking at each other saying, okay, a 9 is a 9, this is where we get the information from. Now, I've commented that in here saying table 1 and column, table 2 and column. That just explains how this sort of structure works. If you use my example, you can go through and have a look at it. So we're pretty much finished. I mean, that's pretty much it. We can go through and make it look better, and we can add a few different things. Actually, back on this page, update here, I need that to send to, not go back to players. We need to update this so that it goes to review, update 2.php, so that links to the right page. You just want to check all your links and make sure it's all right, and then our website is ready to go. So that's it for this one. The next video is absolutely the last video, so I would like you to go through and do a style sheet so that it runs through every single page. Do things like on this one I've changed the border color so that my borders are green in the background instead of being black. All right, so go through and personalize it a little bit. If you go to W3 Schools, there's a lot of ways that you can change your buttons, your look, your feel. You can indent, you can bold, you can do all those sorts of things, but that's really the styling is really up to you. What I'm trying to show you in this video is how to build the database and how to get it to do queries and bring that information back in the table.